Welcome back, TCS viewers. Chris Niccolls here, coming to you from Canmore. We are having a winter festival here. It's a great backdrop for us to try out the brand new Sony A6000. This camera is replacing both the 6 and the 7, an amalgamation of the two with some extra features. We're going to talk about it and see if the A6000 is really worth it. Remember, this camera is replacing both, but it's priced like a 6, so it could be very enticing. Now, at the heart of the Alpha A6000, you've got a brand new 24 megapixel sensor. Now, I know that's not any more than the NEX-7, but the NEX-7 always disappointed me with so much resolution, but also very poor low light performance because of it. I think now with the new technology, this camera should be much better. And of course, we're going to test that. Now, one of the other cool things about the new sensor, this new hybrid phase detect, contrast detect autofocusing system. 99 points is now increased to 179 with 92% coverage. This means this camera should be able to track moving subjects in an amazing way, and Sony says it is the fastest autofocusing in the world. Well, we're going to test that too. The Canmore Winter Festival should give us lots of ice skating, lots of winter activities to give that a good test with. I mean, it shoots a lot of photos, 11 frames per second, so very, very quick focusing. The autofocus here, again, really nice hit rate. You know, the nice thing about the 92% coverage as well, no matter where my subject goes across the screen, you know, they can go to the extreme left, extreme right. It tracks them very, very nicely, and we're getting a very nice hit rate here. Tree stump, so that means we have to do a wide angle shot, of course. I'm using the 16-70 f for the Zeiss. It focuses incredibly fast, as we've just tested. Do a focus shot here, boom. Nice, and of course, tilty screen, good to have. You know, one thing I will say, the Sony screen here, hard to see even in this light. So it is nice that we have this viewfinder, but I have been finding I have to really go to it to get, you know, accurate composition. Still, in the shade here, it's usable, but it's not great. Now, when it comes to handling on the A6000, it's actually very, very familiar. You know, I love the NEX-6. I thought it had some of the best handling of any camera on the market. This A6000 is very reminiscent, which is a good thing. Controls are in a nice logical place. One thing though, you've got the mode dial here on the left side as you hold it, and then the control dial on the right. I wish that those were reversed, honestly. I want the control dial here. It would feel very natural. Still, it works okay. I also really like the NEX-7's dual dials. Maybe that would have been a better option. The grip, it feels good. It's a little bit bigger than the 6. For my little ladylike hands, I'd prefer it a bit smaller, but I think most people are going to appreciate it. Custom function buttons, I only see 2 here. One next to the on-off shutter and one here at the bottom. I would really love to have one right here inside the grip. But handling overall, it's very familiar. It is functional. I do wish they could have done a few more changes. Now, you still have the flash pop-up. It's a nice addition, and the new multi-function hot shoe for Sony works great. And that brings us across the camera to the new viewfinder. I like the eye cup. You know, at first when I saw pictures, it kind of looked like it stuck out, but it's very, very comfortable. The viewfinder is a source of controversy online because they've drastically reduced the viewfinder resolution down to around 1.4 million dots. That being said, or maybe I should say, having said that, let's try that instead. When I bring it up to my eye, the refresh rate is very, very quick. No complaints there. And you know, the optics are good. Do I notice the lower resolution? Honestly, after 5 minutes, not really. So it's not going to be that big a deal. You're going to like using it. You know, I've always, from the very beginning, hated the NEX menus. They're so weird, they're so strange. I remember once we timed how long it took staff to find ISO on these cameras when they first came out. It took like 8 minutes in some cases before we finally found it in a brightness color menu. Anyways, this is much better. Borrowed from the A7, A7R, the menu makes much more sense. You get a nice selector at the start. Pick whichever menu you want, or you can go right in and cycle through them all. I think it's a big improvement. All right, guys, so we found a stand of trees here, and I'm just going to go spot to spot focusing now. We've already been really impressed by the continuous autofocus. And this camera is claiming to be the world's fastest. Now, I don't know, that's a hard claim to really scientifically appreciate out here, but I will say this thing locks on crazy fast. Any sort of distance, close up, it hits it. I mean, you can hear it beeping. This thing is very, very quick. So no matter what, Alpha 6000, you are not gonna be disappointed with autofocus, very fast. All right, guys, movie mode on the Alpha 6000. Again, Sony is a known quantity. They make a good, reliable package and good codecs. Full manual control as usual. You can see some 60p slow-mo here. And we notice with the new processor, you're also gonna get less aliasing than you would normally get. The only complaint I have here, no mic jack on the side, and that's unfortunate because I want to just plug a mic in, pop it in the hot shoe and go. You can go through their microphone, their directional multi-port microphone on top, but they're going to make you spend more money to do that, and you might not want to have that microphone on top. Other nice changes, you got zebra, you got peaking, magnified focus, a good all-around package. All right, so here we go, taking a look at high ISO performance on the new Alpha 6000. Now again, I don't know if it's the brand new sensor or if it's the Bion's X processor, but we are getting a good combination for better low light performance. It's not astoundingly better, but better than an NEX-6, and remember, we're pushing 24 megapixels now. It's a nice improvement, and we've seen this improvement on a lot of the new Sonys. So if you notice this beautiful Ona bag I've been using all day and in the last video as well, super sexy, we carry them in the store. So, time for final word on the Alpha 6000. You know, to me, this is an amalgamation of the NEX-6 and 7. I do like the higher resolution with better image quality. I do like that focusing. This camera is vastly improved in autofocusing speed over the other two. That claim to fame was very, very well founded. There are some things I don't like about this camera. You know, this back wheel, I hate these things. I wish we had the NEX-7's 2 control dials. That worked really well. I'm always pushing the drive or the ISO button by accident when I'm trying to adjust my shutter speed. The viewfinder downgrade, honestly guys, I didn't really notice it as a downside. The menus are better. Would I upgrade from this if I had an NEX-6? Probably not. From an NEX-7, I might find that the extra image quality improvement is worth it with the focusing speed. Overall though guys, if you're looking to get into the Sony system mirrorless, this is a fantastic solid product. I think you'll like it. Thanks so much, we'll see you guys soon.